Hey there guys, what's going on? Today we've got another video in our best class setups in Modern Warfare series. Season 3 is swimming along nicely at the moment. I'm actually really digging all of the content that they've added so far. I really like the Sawmill map. I think it's actually really nice with all the verticality and other things that are going on there. It's quite small and pretty fun to play on. Anaya Palace is way better than it used to be, and Backlot is something a little bit different. But today we are of course talking about the brand new Marksman Rifle within Modern Warfare, and that is the SKS, which does unlock at rank 31 of our Battle Pass. Basically, if you've ever used the EBR in this game, the SKS is the EBR if the EBR wasn't complete trash. Now, I've been testing this one and the weapon is actually wild, like very, very powerful. Normally you'd expect a Marksman Rifle to be quite slow and really only effective at longer ranges, but the SKS can actually be a real powerhouse up close. You do get 1 to 2 shot kills out to about 50 meters, that's right, if you hit a headshot up to 50 meters, free kill, 1 shot headshot. 2 shots to the torso, the SKS is absolutely nuts. But just before we do talk about this potentially overpowered SKS class setup, let's try and get this video to 20 likes. I know that's a lot, but you guys have been absolutely crushing it recently, and I'm super proud of all of you guys for all the support the videos have received recently, so huge thank you to you guys for supporting me and my videos. We did of course recently pass 950 subscribers, which is absolutely insane, and we are well on our way to 1,000 now. Also, apparently 96% of you watching this video, and I'm talking directly to you right now, are not subscribed, so make sure you are subscribed by hitting that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you are new around here, so you do get notified when my videos go live. So let's talk about this new Marksman Rifle in Modern Warfare. So the key points here, the SKS has a 1-shot headshot out to about 50 meters, 2-shot torso kills out to about the same range, the highest in class fire rate, and a really versatile attachment class options. This is one of the more powerful weapons in the game at the moment. If you're really accurate in hitting those headshots, you absolutely crush people. You don't even give them a chance to react. And with this class running around into someone at close range, they're probably done for. I'm serious. This thing is an absolute melt machine at most ranges, which is absolutely insane for something that's supposed to be a little bit slower as a marksman rifle. Season 3 has brought us some absolute gems, and we did take a look at their Renetti pistol recently, so go check that out if you haven't already. Link in the top right. Let's talk about a class here because there is some interesting stuff with this one. So as we are doing at the moment, we're going to show off the full attachment setup for the SKS here at the start, just for the lads who are only here for that, and that's completely fine. If you do want to dip out at this stage, that's perfectly fine. Go melt people with this class setup because it is absolutely insane, but for the rest of you who do like that little bit more in-depth explanation, all the attachments like we normally do, we're going to continue with that. If you are out at this stage, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. So we'll start off with our sidearm perks and grenade choices. Otherwise, we'll go over them quite quickly because they are pretty much the same on most of my classes. Our sidearm is, of course, at the moment, the Renetti because it is new and really powerful. One of the most powerful weapons in the game, actually. We've set it up like this, of course, with the monolithic suppressor, the Mark III burst mod, the FTAC status CX stock, the lightweight trigger, and the 27-round mags. This is actually really powerful, and if you haven't seen the video yet, do go check it out because it is absolutely insane. Top right corner again. Just perfect option if you do run out of ammo in those close quarter situations. From what I can tell with the perk meta recently, a lot of people are running around with these 3 perks. We do have, of course, EOD here for taking reduced damage to those explosives. No one likes getting killed by the guy chucking 2 C4s around a corner and then pushing. Or Quick Fix is another good option here that starts your health regeneration as soon as you do get a kill, which is also really powerful. So you can choose between these two depending on what kind of game you are in. Perk 2, we do usually run Ghost here, which is really powerful for staying off the radar. Super powerful in combination with our 3rd perk, Tracker, which does let us see enemy footprints as well as seeing the markers at enemy death locations and hide the death markers of enemies that you do kill. Both of these work really well to help you flank around the map and control the edges, which is really powerful, especially since you do have that 50 meter 1-shot headshot range. In the lethal slot, we do usually rock the C4, but all of these options are really powerful and do their own job. Like you can even just chuck down a proxy mine and try and control an area as you would normally do with something like the Shrapnel class setup. And the tactical is the stim shot because getting a 2nd or 3rd chance per life is super powerful. Our first attachment is going to be one that you all know very well, everyone's favorite Muzzle, the monolithic suppressor. Sound suppression and damage range are both really important options for this particular SKS class setup. We want each bullet dealing its maximum damage at as far away as possible, and you could pretty much make this argument for most weapons in the game, apart from maybe like the snipers outside of Warzone. You do lose a little bit of aim down side speed and aim walking steadiness with this, but it's something that we can afford as the other attachments that we've chosen also make up for this. This is roughly a 7.5% increase to our damage range, which is actually really good. That is about standard for the monolithic suppressor on most weapons, I imagine, and I wouldn't recommend any other muzzle option here. Like normally we could rock a compensator or anything else here really, but I don't think it's sort of super necessary on the SKS. There is a lot of visual recoil with the SKS, but the actual bullet recoil is pretty accurate normally. It's a bit up and to the right, but other than that, it's really manageable. So in the muzzle slot, we've got everyone's favorite monolithic suppressor and is the perfect first attachment for this best SKS class setup in Season 3. Next, we've got the barrel slot here, and normally we would rock something with damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, but I don't think that's really necessary for this particular setup. We're going with more of a run and gun style with the SKS, so we've got the 16-inch FSS para barrel. With this, we do get aim down sight speed and movement speed for a reduction to our bullet velocity and recoil control. This barrel also reduces our range by about 15%, but this is not a huge deal when we do have the monolithic suppressor, so it's really only about a 7.5% loss. This allows us to be way more aggressive with the SKS. Like I said, we are aiming for more of a run and gun style with this that handles really quickly, but still gets a lot of those one-shot or two-shot kills. Don't think of this as just a run and gun barrel though. With the way we set up this class, we're still able to pick people off at range, and we can still be really effective in that sort of pseudo sniping role. With this combination of attachments, we just aim down sights so super quickly, but especially quickly for a weapon that is this powerful. Like, thinking about the EBR here, there is really no comparison between these two weapons. The SKS is better in pretty much every way that actually makes a difference. I've seen people drop nukes with this like straight up, and I actually had an 18 kill streak on, which isn't spectacular, but it's one of the sort of better kill streaks that I've gotten with this on my first game. So this weapon is actually insane, and that's why I've chosen the 16-inch para barrel in this slot, and it's a great second attachment in this SKS class setup. Next, we've got one of my favorite attachments that I have not used on many classes recently. In the laser slot, we've got the tack laser. With this, we get a significant boost to our aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. This also does give us a visible laser when we do aim down sight, but we can make it work when we're playing up close. Plus, the aim down sight speed bonuses make the SKS really snappy. Like, you just get those sights up super quickly and you just start sending those bullets down range. It's pretty wild how you can turn this thing into a super powerful, slower battle rifle or a much faster, more aggressive melt machine with the right attachments. And I might take a look at this slower SKS build in a different video though. The tack laser is a really underrated attachment in this game, and it's definitely one of my favorites that I hardly ever get to use at the moment. Information in Call of Duty is super important. Everything you or the enemy does give away can lead to one of you getting killed, but with this, we are moving so quickly and snapping up our aim and then moving again. So it's not super issue with the visible laser. So of course in the laser slot we've got the tack laser, and it's a really powerful option to put in this overpowered SKS class setup. Next we've got one of the classic attachment slots for most weapons in the game. The stock slot features a couple of different options, but we're really only looking at one here. The sword off stock does give us a huge boost to our movement speed and aim down sight speed. Again, this is one of those attachments that lets us be hyper aggressive. Like, this is just such a huge bonus for us, and it doesn't really feel like a Marksman Rifle anymore. I guess you could compare it to the FAL or the FAL, but way more powerful. And you're actually able to kill people. I mean, maybe that's a little bit harsh on the FAL, but this weapon is so super powerful. And it's similar to the FAL, but just way better in pretty much every way, especially with this class setup that we can be really aggressive with. We do have the best of both worlds here. We've got close to standard range, which is already excellent, a potential one-shot headshot kill and two-shot body shots, good mobility, rapid handling, and nice clean sights. So to help us be more aggressive, we've got this sword off stock in the stock slot, and is the fantastic fourth attachment for this overpowered SKS setup. And lastly, a real simple one to finish us off. I did mention that we do have clean sights here. I don't really rate the iron sights on the SKS very highly. I think they're fine, but I'd much prefer a clearer sight picture, especially with all the visual recoil that you do get from the weapon. In the optic slot, we've got the GI Mini Reflex, but this really is personal preference. You can choose whatever sight you do prefer here, like even an LP945 Mini Reflex is also a great option in this game, or you can throw in something that will let you see a little bit further, like a VLK 3x optic or the PU scope, or whatever you do really prefer here. I would recommend changing some of the other attachments like the barrel option if you are planning on playing a little bit slow with like a sniper scope or something like that. So lastly, we've got the optic slot filled by the GI Mini Reflex, and that is the last attachment in this class setup. Right, so again, this is our full class setup here with all the attachments that we've chosen, and combined they make this SKS class setup super powerful, and maybe overpowered in this game depending on how accurate you are. But I'm not really sure I've made this clear enough yet. The SKS with this class setup is an absolute beast, a true melt machine in this game. You really can do some work at pretty much all ranges, close, medium, and long. I really do love the SKS at the moment. So for those of you who did stick around until the end, I do of course very much appreciate that. If this did help you out at all and you did enjoy this one, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe with those notifications turned on if you are new around here. It really does help me out by letting me know that you are enjoying the content. We did of course somehow recently hit 950 subscribers, so 1,000 is right around the corner, which is absolutely insane. So again, thank you very much for watching. I will see you more with best class setups and other quality content. Bye!